From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Well, the massive winter storm that impacted a large swath of the U.S. this past weekend, delivering snow and ice and leading to power outages and widespread travel disruptions affecting 36 states from Texas through New England, and brought the most snow in 5 years to a lot of cities, including New York City. But it also had some deadly impacts. According to the Associated Press, at least 25 deaths have been reported across the country in connection with the storm and the Arctic air, including 2 teenagers, one in Arkansas and one in Texas, who died due to sledding accidents. The storm knocked thousands of flights out of service, more than 23,000 cancellations over the weekend and into Monday at major airports from Texas through Maine, disrupting air travel nationwide. The storm's southern side produced significant ice accumulations, snapping trees and power lines, particularly across the south, where electricity infrastructure was heavily strained. Over 1 million customers were left without power during the height of the outages on Sunday, with Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas among the hardest hit. Icy roads and bridges compounded risks, making travel hazardous and slowing emergency response efforts. Extreme meteorologist Dr. Reed Timmer was in northern Mississippi on Sunday, where he said the roads were an ice skating rink. Nearly every tree Timmer saw in Oxford had snapped limbs under the incredible weight of the ice. Power outages could last for days in some areas, creating life-threatening conditions. AccuWeather's Alexander Dufus said that Arctic air settling over the region will limit natural melting, keeping homes cold and prolonging infrastructure strain, with nighttime lows dipping into the teens and single digits in some areas. In the Florida Panhandle, the storm spawned severe thunderstorms, including a likely tornado. AccuWeather experts estimate the winter storm will result in total damage and economic losses of between $105 billion to $115 billion. The preliminary estimate accounts for damage to homes and businesses, disruptions to commerce and supply chain logistics, tourism losses, impacts on shipping operations at major hubs, financial losses from extended power outages, major travel delays, and damage to infrastructure. Across the Midwest and the Northeast, heavy snow accumulations topped a foot, shutting down travel, burying roads, and forcing school closures to start the week. New York City measured 11.5 inches of snow on Sunday, the biggest single-day snowfall in the city since nearly 15 inches fell back on February 1st, 2021. The 9.3 inches that fell in Philadelphia was more than the 8.1 inches of snow that fell during the entirety of last winter. Public transit systems were curtailed in several major metro areas, and states of emergency were declared as roadways became impassable. First responders documented extreme impacts, including a rare snow avalanche in Pennsylvania. On Sunday night, as snow intensified in New England, a private jet crashed during takeoff in Bangor, Maine. The crash is still under investigation. By Monday morning, 56% of the contiguous U.S. was covered in snow, up from 26% late last week. According to NOAA, it was the second highest snow coverage in the U.S. in 20 years. Extremely cold air is still gripping the same areas of the central and eastern U.S. that are buried in snow and ice. The situation can become life-threatening for those who are without power or a way to keep their homes heated. In the southeast, overnight lows are forecast to drop below freezing almost every night this week, causing electric bills to spike where there is still power in the wake of the storm. Farther north, low temperatures in the single digits to below zero will be on the way. AccuWeather's Dan DePodwin said, "We are currently forecasting at least a 12-day stretch of temperatures staying below freezing in New York City. That stretch would rank among the top 10 longest sub-freezing stretches on record, and it is not out of the question that it climbs into the top 5. The longest stretch in New York City history is 16 days. Additionally, AccuWeather meteorologists are monitoring the potential for another winter storm next weekend, including areas from the southeast to New England. that will still be recovering from this most recent storm. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.